What happened? Alright, that should be better. At least a little bit better. I hope anyway. Is that better? That's a little bit better. Alright, let's get back into it. We left off doing some of the new event stuff, so we'll have to keep doing that along with a bunch of other stuff. Hope everyone had a great dinner. I made some risotto and chicken. It's pretty good, actually. With bacon, tomato sauce, and couldn't taste the bacon, to be honest with you. It's kind of disappointing there. But we are trying to get to Electroland now. But, well, before we do that, we're back here. And we met this guy. And he said that he would do some stuff with us. What? That sounds bad. What I mean is that he would help us on some missions. There we go. There he is.
This abandoned temple does bear some marks of the abyss.
Okay.
The falcon of the west. Though it can soar in the wind, it ultimately does naught but hover under the light of the gods.
Wow, cryptic. Just trying to get all set up here.
Oh, it's nothing. Let's head inside.
It's nothing, eh? Well, we'll see about that. Is he gonna be a new character? I hope so. windy cliff. I mean, we could do that one. Recommended is Pyro. So we're gonna switch her out. Switch her out for Yan Fei. And maybe we'll do
I
Bennett.
won't hold you back. Much.
Why can't I get comfortable today? I swear. Ah! See, I don't push too far back in my chair. I cannot get comfortable today, guys. I don't know what the deal is. Now I just feel like my legs are too far out. Hold on, I'm sorry, everyone. Watch out. Move. 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 Everyone move. I'm just not comfortable, guys.
Seems like I should have just
I don't know what the deal is. See, then I roll in my chair, and then I'm not far back enough. Problems, I swear. Alright. Well, what are we supposed to do with that? I mean, I could ball through this, I think. Is it a riddle of some kind?
And away I go.
I mean, I think I was supposed to electro that, but whatever. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Well, that's one way to do it, I suppose. Oh, I need... I know what I need. I need, what's her face? I need Amber. I need Bunny Girl. Alright, let's try this again.
Outrider Amber, report.
Alright, now I should be good. Now that we have Amber. at you. I'm trying to get comfortable and for some reason I can't. Well, that's a little bit better. Ow. It sucks when you have days like that, you know? You just have days where you just can't get comfortable. But how are you doing? Also, welcome to the chat and welcome to the channel.
No escape. Not so hard.
These guys are easy.
I'm about to pass a... Yeah.
A radish? Was that it? You're fine. Shush. Alright, I'm assuming I have to hit these guys. Maybe I'm supposed to land over here? I mean, that'll do. Just bypass all of that. Literally.
Go, go, Baron Bunny. Let it rain. Bet you can't keep up with me.
Alright, I'm switching to Benny.
Yeah. Everybody stand back.
Go get him, Benny.
Let's light it up!
Oh no, you're fine. Was that it? Did I do the whole thing? Wow. Guess I did.
I go on an adventure.
So I guess I do have to be a level like 50 almost. So where do I get the fishing pole from?
Oh,
switch to party setup. We'll switch her out for... Oh wait, we need to go to a statue first. Not what I picked. Need to go to a statue first. And switch out my Geo for Animo. Yeah, we gotta switch out. Party setup. Let's switch out Rosaria for our main character.
Just what will we come across this?
Resonate with Animo. I mean, that'll help a lot, I think. That'll help a lot through this next part. Cause fuck Geo. They want cryo, huh?
I'll keep an eye on you.
Ready when you are.
Did I switch him out? I did. So then we'll start.
The scent of the abyss is getting stronger. It's not far now.
Paimon wonders what the Abyss Heralds look like. Do they look something like the Abyss Mages?
Let's head further in first. If we do see that creature, that'll spare me the explanation either way.
Windblade!
I mean, I do a pretty decent amount of damage. Yeah, Rosaria is really good. We're doing fine, guys. Let's get Sayu in here. We'll get Sarah back.
Windblade! Windblade!
Alright, we got this guy. This guy's easy. We got him. See? Easy.
Come a little closer. Don't be such a brute.
Oh, that took a lot of help from me. Actually, surprisingly, a lot of health actually.
Windblade.
I just gotta keep. Oh, now I see why they say frozen.
Freeze! Don't get frostbite. Dodge this! Freeze!
Try not to enjoy this too much. You're in for a little shock.
Oh no, let's get Sayu in here.
Ninjutsu.
I can use a little healing. No, that's okay. I understand.
Windblade.
Who's left? Oh, just you?
Prepare to be blown away.
Dodge this! This moment will be frozen in time.
I just gotta. I'm running out of health here. We did it though. I don't know if we're gonna have enough to make it through this next part. We're doing it! We're healing everyone!
Freeze!
We're doing it! We're just Sonicking the Hedgehog the shit out of this shit, I swear to God!
Don't get frostbite. Freeze!
Was that it? Sweet!
Just a few abyss mages? Seems like that herald might have already left. The abyss. It is chaos, and it is also destruction. It is a morass of inconceivable madness that encroaches upon this world's very foundations. That is why even the Dragon of the East, a servant of a deity, was unable to resist its corrosive powers. And the creatures of the abyss desire nothing
I am
less
Paul.
than the
Thank you so much for the
overthrow of a
follow.
world ruled by the Archons.
You seem to know a lot about the Abyss, Dame.
Well, we do have some history. I suppose that's as far as chit-chat goes. We should head to Wolvendom. Judging by the traces I'm following, their next appearance may be within the territory of that old wolf. Perhaps we may find our Abyss Herald there.
We got some stuff from that. Not a lot.
What's the hurry?
And now we can leave. Well, I thought we did pretty good for only having one character at 1149. Go to Wolfendom? Oh yeah, that's over here, isn't it? Let's go this way. Yeah, I just have to climb up these rocks here. I guess now we can, change back to what we were doing. I never looked at this either. Alright, time to climb, time to climb. See, they don't really show that these are all...
We're in Wolfendom now. Think Dane's waiting for us up ahead? We should meet up with him quick, in case the wolves decide they don't like him.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be fine, Paimon.
Lord of Wolvendom, great Wolf King of the North.
What about the Wolf King?
Sharp of fang and keen of claw, and yet dwelling here only. No, nor does it know me. I only know these things because a previous traveling companion of mine once wanted to hear its story. All right, let's go see if that Abyss Herald has stopped by here.
But where do we begin? Are you standing here because of these strange bonfires, Dane?
Indeed. See that? Floating above the flames? It's an abyssal spell. Knowing what I do of the Order's habits, they've probably left similar marks behind elsewhere. Let's have a look nearby.
All right. Sounds good to me. All right, let's change back. You know, these two can come in really handy. I really
Next
like
time, be sure
Yanfei.
to make a proper appointment. This is how it must be.
No, let's not have Mona. Let's have... Let's
Gonna
have
be
Benny.
epic.
No, that's two. I need a cryo.
I
Let's
hear
have
you've got
Rosaria.
a job for me.
Alright, now let's go looking for these things. Oh, there it is. Off in the distance, I can see it.
Do you think that those monsters by the bonfire are under the Abyss Order's control? Looks kind of scary. Let's beat them up first.
Oh, why is my game losing frames?
Be gone!
My game is losing frames like crazy. Oh, there we go.
And away I go! Shiver! Windblade! Judgment!
Alright, well, this is going well. I can't let you get your ball back, sir.
I'm out of here! Whew! That's it! Let's go check out that bonfire!
You see what I mean? Like, my game has lost frames here. Maybe I could go to high? 60 frames.
Looks like this bonfire's also got something to do with the abyss.
Oh, is all I have to do is just beat the other one? Is that all I have to do? I'm not going down there. It's like my game just took a shit for some reason.
And there's another one of those bonfire spells.
Oh, here it is.
Looks like the abyss really has been around here. Yikes! Where did these monsters pop out from? Let's clear them out, and quick!
Oh, this guy's done for sure.
And away I go!
Am I done? I guess so. Where is he? I don't see him. Well, how was I supposed to know he was gonna be up there?
Have you finished searching? I searched around these parts and found some signs myself, but they were left behind by abyss mages, and there was no deeper abyssal power to them. It seems that even an abyss herald would not wish to make trouble with the Wolf King of the North. We should leave as well. If there's anything praiseworthy about that old wolf, it's his territorial nature.
But now we're out of leads. Are we going to have to give up?
I mean, we're not
No.
completely out of leaves.
There is one more place we can go. Let's get a move on then. I'll wait for you at Storm Terror's lair.
I mean, now we're going to Storm Terror's lair? What are we going to all of the 4 fucking Adepti? The Adepti of Tavat.
I've heard about what happened to you during Mondstadt's crisis. When you came, this place was known as Storm Terror's lair. But I suppose that this place is more lair than Storm Terror at this point. In fact, if my memory serves, this ruin has had largely nothing to do with that dragon for a long time. The first time I laid eyes upon the ruins of old Mondstadt, the dragon of the East had yet to fall.
Huh? But Paimon remembers that Dvalin first got in trouble hundreds...
Don't think too much about it. Do you remember the light actuators that once sealed this ruin? If the Abyss Order is interested in this location, then they will not neglect. Let's go see what the situation is.
So are we having to go into his lair again? There's a blue-horned lizard. Alright, you see motherfuckers yet again.
Windblade!
I mean, it's pretty OP. Now she's at a level 50. She's the first character I've ever had to go to level 50.
There are lots of monsters gathered over there.
Wow, Paimon, they're hilly trolls, not monsters.
Windblade!
Time for your arraignment!
And away I go!
Yeah, we'll use frost on him.
You can't run!
action. Jesus.
Lights out. Yeah, you can't run. So you know your stuff, huh?
Prepare to be blown away! Come on now! Make race!
You can't run. Yeah. Punishment. Judgment.
What is happening?
You can't run. Judgment. Yeah.
I just gotta work on one at a time.
You can't run. Yeah. Shiver.
Windblade! And away I go! I'm out of here! Huh. Cha. Oof.
Yeah, this guy ain't gotta get.
Cha. Ha. Boom boom! Cha.
Judgment. Yeah.
Ha. Ah.
Oh, perfect. Thank you for giving me the ring.
Yeah. Yeah. I see how it is. Lights out.
Can't catch me! Be gone! Inadmissible evidence!
I really hate that they can self-heal.
I'm out of here! Ninjutsu! I'm out of here! Incinerate!
We'll get through it. We always do.
Windblade! Prepare to be blown away! That's me.
Finally!
Oh, so in the end, we still couldn't find that.
I wouldn't call not having to gaze upon such a creature a shame exactly. Still, I do believe that you will come across one eventually.
No, you're right. If it's a really powerful monster, it would be best to go around it.
How good it would be if all perils one encounters in their journeys could simply be solved by going around them. Once upon a time, yes. I simply have experience from adventuring together with that traveling companion.
What are you, Batman?
You know, Dane, you keep talking about that person this and that person that. Where are they now, anyway?
He no longer travels. I'm afraid that traveling can be too exhausting at times.
Oh, is that how it is? Well, why are you traveling alone then?
I still have some things left unfinished. Once they are done, I too will return home to rest.
Yep, and it's good to have a home. Hey, once you find your sibling, Mondstadt's Fisherman's Toast is pretty tasty, but Liu's Wanmin restaurant is great too. Either way, we should settle down in a place where there's good food.
Home. Well, it won't be too late to think about where you stay. While you're still traveling, you should...
Huh? What's familiar?
A familiar feeling, you say? It could be someone you know well, or perhaps a monster. Whichever it is, we should see it for ourselves, and that we can reach the top of that cliff.
Oh, conveniently, of course.
Oh, Dane moves really fast, doesn't he? Let's use that wind current nearby to catch up.
We might have to fix this. Settings. There we go. 30 frames, love it. Perfection, the peak of gaming.
Can you still sense that familiar feeling that you spoke of earlier?
But it doesn't feel like there's anything around here. No monsters, no people, nothing.
Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything strange about this place. It doesn't look any different from the my traveling companion brought me here on our previous journey.
So, Dane, what about you? What's your favorite place?
Me? I no longer remember. I merely followed my traveling companion around on that journey. That's all there was to it. Huh? A ruin guard's footprint. A ruin guard was wandering around here? No peace to be found, even for a single dandelion.
Examine the dandelions. What's it gonna tell us?
What's gotten into you? You were just spacing out. Huh? You mean your brother? But how could that be? You only touched...
Perhaps that dandelion bears some sort of scent that only you recognize.
Yeah.
As for why,
The smell of
you
brother.
perhaps experienced something related to you.
get it at all.
Do not rush. Vexation and anxiety are the enemy of rational thought. Your journey has only just begun, has it not? At least you now know that he is still on this world. At this time, the most important thing is the journey to find him itself. Yes, and this is something you must keep in mind as the meaning behind your journey. May you find your kin at the end of that journey.
Huh? You're leaving?
Only for now. Don't worry. After all, I did take 500 mora and those 3 answers you gave me.
What's that got to do with anything? Let's do some of these side missions.
Surely I should be due a growth spurt by now.
There's so much in Leeway I haven't even discovered.
And away I go!
Is she gonna give me a domain to go to?
Ah, children, come, come. You've arrived at just the right moment. I've been looking for you.
Oh, what is it, Granny? Need any help?
Oh, no, no. You've done so. In fact, my old friends and I have been putting our heads together to think of what sort of gift we...
A gift? For Paimon?
Oh, child, you are so very modest. Uncommonly so, even. But you mustn't decline this gift. I simply won't allow. When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, I heard your little friend mention that you often camp... That simply... Fortunately, I have not yet grown so old as to see my subspace crew... Oh! Did my friend... I will not go into too much detail, but subspace creation is the ability to create a small, autonomous pocket world. The teapot that you entered previously was a...
So, in the eyes of an adeptus, creating a magic teapot world is just child's play, huh?
Oh, indeed, the teapot is nothing to boast of. One such as myself must... but that's enough nostalgia for now.
That's right! Fine.
Oh, settle down now, children. There's... What's more, I doubt that... Well, for starters...
What's shimmer
I
soil?
require some shimmer. You would have to dig downward. But almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil. Even more difficult to find is smaragdus jadeite, which must be chiseled from the rock of the chasm. Or so it used to be. Ever since the Black Cliff. In any case, smaragdus jadeite. Goodness knows if the...
Well, since you're an adeptus, Granny, the person you asked for help, they must be an adeptus too, right?
Yes. I suppose...
She counts? How come they're...
Oh, maybe so. Who can say? A fair few of my old friends are rather fond of mundane mortal life.
I'm back, Granny. Oh,
Oh, it's
I don't believe
Yanfei.
we've met.
Ah, allow me to do the honors. This child, Yanfei, I believe you've already heard of the traveler and her traveling companion.
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Millilith's records. You became one of Liue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect before finally defeating an ancient... A shame that we didn't meet sooner. If we had, well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you of suspicion immediately. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yanfei, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me. Oh, yes, here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details and office address. Keep it handy. If you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I offer a very generous discount for first-time customers.
All right, Yanfei, all right. Let's get to the business at hand. I do not think these two are in any dire need. You'll have to excuse Yanfei.
Paimon was gonna ask the same question. You seem really different from the ones we've met before.
An Adeptus? I guess. Kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time, and then after that was all over, he went back and married my mom. They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey.
Wait, so she's a
leaving
deer
me with Granny
person?
here.
Well, that's a
I
bit
never noticed
casual
the
for an
horns until
Adeptus.
now.
Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn contracts to protect Liyue Harbor and all that stuff? What do you mean he just went back to get married?
Well, my dad did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis, and that he was fine with it. Even contributed towards the wedding gift, apparently. Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much. So, Granny, I've gotten a hold of most of the stuff you asked for, except for Smaragd. The chasm's been sealed off, and there's just no...
Is that so, Yanfei? Are you sure you can't find some other way?
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already. Well, the chasm's definitely a no-go, but there's still a chance we can figure out some alternative means of procurement. Hold on a moment. Let me have a look.
Whoa, that's a really thick...
Commercial consultancy. Or Snezhnaya. Ah, Krustle. A Snezhnayan merchant who once... He mentioned that he was considering acquiring... So, I guess I'll go look for him. Oh, you want to join me?
Wow. Best we be a little more...
Alright, so now we're looking for a merchant. Oh, he's even more this way.
Hello, Mr. Krustle. How's business been?
Oh, good, very good. All thanks to your advice, Miss Yanfei. What brings you here today?
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job. Now, I believe that the last time we met, you mentioned that you were looking to source some Smaragdus jadeite to make hairpins. Have there been any further developments on this front?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, in the end, Miss Yanfei, might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpins? I must apologize, I've already rented them out to a lady named Zhiqiao. If you'd like to inspect them, you may have to wait quite some time.
Wait, isn't Smaragdus jadeite really rare? Aren't you worried about the hairpins getting damaged or lost while they're being rented out?
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Miss Zhiqiao before renting them to her. The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, she must compensate me for its full original value. In return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus jadeite is genuine, with a penalty of 10 times the item's value payable by me to Miss Zhiqiao in the event that it is shown to be a fake.
Guaranteed genuine, with 10 times the value payable if this claim is shown to be false. Yes, these terms are very clear.
Of course. This way, both...
In that case, might you know where Miss Zhiqiao lives? We'd like to...
Oh, of course. She wrote her...
Thanks a lot, Mr. Krustle.
Yeah, thanks a lot. This lady lives up here, huh? we supposed to talk to somebody? I don't understand. I don't understand. Is she above, maybe? Oh, there she is.
Oh, whatever shall I do? Yes, that's me.
How do you do, Mr. Chap? My associates and I are very interested.
The hairpins. I can't lend them to you right now. I've lost them. I don't know how it could have happened. I always kept them right by my side, and I spent so much money on them. If I have to pay their original value, there's no way I could come up with that amount of money on such short... My family is in the ore business too, but business has been suffering ever since the chasm was sealed off. We now have a backlog of a big banquet. That's what the hairpins were for, too. But now that I've lost the...
Why does Paimon...
Would you read...
Hold on.
Huh?
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said she's a legal advisor. True.
Right. I finished reading the contract. The terms, furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation must take current market, and given the rarity of
Even higher? Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Juchao looks like she's about to faint.
She'll be fine.
However, all of this is a...
Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Whichever way you look at it, we've got...
Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be any need to check whether...
Please. However much it is, I will have to... Now that it's come to this...
Yes, legally speaking. So hold on a moment, Mr. Chow.
What did I feel? Well, I remember that the gemstones set into the pins were perfect. My family has seen much jade.
Smooth to the... No, it's nothing. I just need...
So we're going back to him?
Ah, Miss Yanfei. You lost them? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how expensive...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Mora! Do you have any idea what I just don't...
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do... It was in fact genuine Smaragdus Jedi inlaid into...
Of course. Genuine...
All right, understood. I'll conduct some market research.
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hairpins? She'd better pay every last Mora that the...
Looks like I'll have to find some...
Please wait, Mr. Chow. It's not convenient to speak here, so...
Something tells me he took the hairpins, that way she would pay more money back to him.
Can't catch me.
Miss Yanfei, what is this about? Are you here to tell me how much...
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the ore inlaid on those hairpins may not be Smaragdus Jedi.
Hey, I! Thank you so much for the rain! I saw you were playing online a little bit. Were you playing Halo?
What do you mean?
Also, welcome, Raiders.
That you already sneaked off and found them?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living.
Oh, what's that?
Let's just say I made some deductions. I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus
I like how we
Jadeite
just have
is
a
found
tit shot
deep
here.
underground and contains. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick.
Is
in
she
the best
standing through the
case,
table?
And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. It most certainly would not be smooth to the touch. Monsieur Chow, did you at any time
And how did
feel
that
unwell
go?
while the hairpins
Did
were
you
in your
solve the
possession?
mystery?
No, not at all.
What are these
I felt perfectly
angles?
fine the whole time. Not even the slightest bit unwell. I didn't feel anything special at all, in fact.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. Crossel's vicinity. If I've deduced
Oof.
correctly, he may
Well,
still
enjoy
have
your
the
dinner.
Smaragdus Jadeite in his possession.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and expose his dirty scam right to his face!
That's right, I knew it was a
Absolutely
scam.
not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. Eventually, he would find some argument to compel us to leave. And then, he'd throw the Smaragdus Jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. He would lose nothing. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and
What
praying
are
that the
these
hairpins do
shots?
actually still exist somewhere in this world.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be experience talking.
Oh, it certainly is.
And then she's standing
I've seen
through
my
the
fair
table.
share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving them. For
Well then,
Oh my god.
since you're so experienced in dealing with problems like this, perhaps you could help me, Miss Yunfei.
Yanfei,
Oh,
get
that
out of
won't
the
be a
table!
problem. But first, Mr. Chow, can I ask you to please sign the...
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for... It feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with them than a certain someone else.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand. Then,
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. Now write your address here, and then sign on this page as well. And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a handprint over here.
A whole handprint?
Contract has so many pages.
All right, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, it will actually be quite straightforward to resolve, once we've got some things squared away. I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like...
Miss Yunfei, I have to ask.
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. I noticed strong... Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter. Also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage... I won't stand... But again, let's
You won't
not
stand
dwell
for
on
it,
this.
but yet you're standing
Let's
in the
go
middle of the
to-
table.
I've got it. Let's pay a visit to Chateau, the boss of the Jade... If Mr. Crossell had his ore worked on it...
Alright, so now we're gonna go see the fat guy? Is that where we're going? Yep, that's where we're going.
Why, hello there, honored customer.
No, nothing of the sort.
Snezhnayan... I do remember that. He brought me a piece of ore, claiming that it was Smaragdus Jadeite. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus Jadeite or not. But if a customer insists, far be it from me to He was quite generous with his money, too. Why, yes. It...
Thank you, sir.
Am I gonna have to
We'll
heat
take
it
a
up in
look.
the pot again?
If my eyes don't deceive me... Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used to make jewelry all the... I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite, though no one's ever proven it.
A thin layer of separation, huh?
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy.
Is that so? So, did you find anything? So they really are different.
There's nothing special to it. It just so
No,
happens
nothing
that I've
special.
come across a great many of these in my... These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult to tell them
Okay,
apart.
so this lady was asking for our help, but then now all of a sudden she knows everything you need to know about Jade.
There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, and I'm sure a significant...
All right, let's focus up.
But never mind, Shirto. Why would Mr. Crossell...
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them. Let's take some of these shavings back to Chateau.
Miss Yenfei?
If you could just confirm for me.
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact. Here. It says quite clearly, 1 chunk Smaragdus jadeite, uncut.
Then
Okay.
I have no further questions.
Of course.
Oh, I have this document show.
Yes?
I wouldn't say there's been an incident.
With this hard evidence to back us up.
On the contrary, if you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think.
There's only the one lady in town.
Jewelry. Aha! Got it! Singxi. She often helps people to find a jewelsmith.
Well, that was quick.
Because lots of people come to me for... As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily complicated. As such, legal advisors like myself provide quite the popular service indeed.
So you helped them make
Yes, well, that's no obstacle because... You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal advisor's bread and butter, you know? Oh, this has nothing to do with being an adeptus. I just like...
Again, with that casual...
Well, that's that then. Let's go look for Singxi.
All right, off to get Singxi. I think she's over here, near the entrance in the foyer over here. Why does my game look so bad, like right now?
And away I go!
No, not there. I was just one stall short.
Oh, Miss Yenfei, it's you.
Have no further trouble from then on? Has a merchant by the name of Crossell asked you to put him in
Crossell. Yes, I remember him. He's a merchant from Snezhnaya, no? The design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate, so it took me some work to find someone. This order was on hold for a very long time, and only completed quite recently, which is why I remember it so well.
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence to be found here.
Miss Singxi, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more. When Mr. Crossell commissioned you to find him a jewelsmith, did he or did he not assert that the material he presented to you that day was called Smaragdus jadeite?
Yes, I'm sure.
Gotta get
Mr.
that hard-hitting
Crossell wasn't here.
evidence.
I also kept a copy for my own records. See, the inlaid gemstone is recorded as Smaragdus jadeite.
Thank you, Singxi.
Sure, it isn't serving much purpose.
Nothing you need to worry about. Just
Why is everyone's first react?
I believe we have
The weirdo?
because once we have this...
All right, now we have all the kind of evidence we need. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to. Oh, we have an affidavit? That's an adult word. Oh, we're gonna go see Chi-Chi.
That's me.
Or Baizu. Snake guy.
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? Though I'm afraid that if you're looking for our little Chi-Chi, she's out gathering herbs. And if it isn't Miss Yenfei as well, now that's an even rarer honor.
What?
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar with Smaragdus Jadeite.
Smaragdus Jadeite? Why, yes, there is some information about it included in the 6th commentary on the 7 Mountain Treatises. The 7 Mountain Treatises states that this substance springs forth
Is that really the
from
plural
stone
of
within the
treaties?
mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. It is abundant in elemental energy, so... Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to chit-chat. Knowing you, Yanfei, and given the specific nature of you, I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official affidavit attesting to the pharmaceutical peculiarities of Smaragdus.
That is indeed the case.
No trouble at all. It's just... But after I gave him my reply, his expression shifted to one of I wonder, Miss Yanfei, if your pressing business might be related to this Snezhnayan merchant?
Ah, you needn't concern your...
You're too...
I like his snake.
Bite you guys as weird as ever. Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
Dr.
No.
Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossell.
Perfect. Perfect landing.
Miss Yanfei,
All right,
have
let's
you finished your
catch this guy.
investigation? I trust.
Yes, my investigation is indeed
Wonderful. Well then, please, could you do the honors, Miss Yanfei?
Of course. According to the stipulations of the contract, Mr. Crossell, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original transaction price in Mora.
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her?
Not at all. According to my investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered, the substance claimed to be Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid within the Smaragdus Jadeite twin phoenix pins that you rented out to Mr. Chow was, in fact, Smaragdus Nephrite. Now,
Oof,
the
got
contract
him.
states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine. Accordingly, you are liable for this sum, which is payable to Mr. Chow in Mora.
Material evidence? What material evidence? Why, Miss Yanfei, you cannot frame me like this.
Oh, she's about... Well, it's not really framing. I mean, you fucked up.
I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus Jadeite, and yet you claim that the ore inlaid on the hairpins is somehow fake? I demand...
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve as an authoritative... This is a processing record from the Jade...
Seriously? Even the... In any case...
That's an
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as...
Ugh. Looks like
Hard evidence. Something legally binding.
This document proves that my hairpins are the real deal, doesn't it? This is...
our second piece of evidence didn't work either.
You know, you could be...
Of course I'm right. All the evidence shown supports my...
Well, hang on a moment now, because I do recall one final... Traveler, would you do the honors?
Boo-boo Pharmacy.
What's this?
Smaragdus Jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. Sustained contact with Smaragdus Jadeite over a prolonged period will, in less serious cases, cause a mild malady, while in serious cases, the patient... Mr. Crossell, were you aware... No idea, you say? I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of the Ministry. However, I'm sure that the Ministry will be relatively lenient, considering that, as you say, you were ignorant of... Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure that all the evidence presented here will be handed over to the Ministry. I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation.
What? Wait!
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear Mr. Crossell. But if you knew of Smaragdus Jadeite's dangerous properties before...
Huh? No,
Aren't actually inlaid with genuine Smaragdus Jadeite? You do understand, Mr. Crossell, that this means that you will have to pay... Mr. Crossell, your answer, please. My client and I are waiting.
Oof, got him.
He's seriously intimidating right now.
I admit it. I confess. The ore I had inlaid on the... But I'm a victim in all of this, too. I invested but after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out. only to discover that that's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus nephrite, which is almost indistinguishable from I kept the real Smaragdus jadeite in a specially made box. I was worried that someone would see through it, which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell them. And then to top it all off...
Exactly! If they weren't the real deal, why'd you make her pay so much?
Yeah.
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased that Smaragdus jadeite, some of my business partners found out. I knew they'd be watching closely to see how much I could make off it. If word got out that I sold a pair of fake hairpins, then...
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see what bearing any of this has on your transaction with my client. According to the contract, you must...
10 times?
Croso looks like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to my
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus jadeite.
There's no need. It's fine. You don't have to pay me that much, Mora.
I mean, I would.
Even if the Smaragdus jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear responsibility for losing them. Legally or not, I think I owe some compensation for that. However, Mr. Crossell, since you have no use for that chunk of Smaragdus jadeite, why don't you give it to me instead?
What? But...
Miss Yunfei, I'll turn this
Well, that's not...
Thanks so much for your help this...
Oh, come on. No need to stand on ceremony.
Well
then, that's good. Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has no...
Is that so?
Actually, Mr. Crossell, I'd like to talk business for a second if I could see from the hairpins you produce that you're very skilled in jewelry design. If we could join forces, your jewelry designs and our choice ores,
And so began a beautiful partnership.
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus jadeite.
Exactly. Usually, even...
The right solution depends... The objective of my client, Mr. Adeptus. Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by the title of Adeptus in any case. Don't you think that the Liyue Harbor of today needs...
Paimon can think of someone who would...
Well, since we got what we came for...
Alright, all of that to go back to Granny.
And away I go!
All of that just to get this stupid gene for Granny.
You've returned. How did it go? Were you able to... Good.
Well, if we're all set, Granny.
Oh, you.
I'm off then. Bye. Oh, yes, Traveler. Make sure you don't... I've been looking at...
Come now, child.
I'm leaving.
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Her father was hardly so riotous or fond of talking nonsense back... Yanfei might be overly garrulous, but she is also the most intimately acquainted with the city. Liyue, all right then.
Oh, Paimon's so excited!
Yeah, what's the gift? What's the gift?
It is but a single teapot.
A teapot?
There we go. This serenity pot is all yours now.
A serenity pot.
Hold it firmly.
Ooh.
If you were to drop it. Oh, goodness. Oh, take these blueprints with you as...
Wait a minute, Granny!
Oh, you needn't worry about that.
So now we can go to the serenity pot? Gadgets tab. Oh, that's cool. Cool aisle. Let's go for Emerald Peak. So what is this? Is this more like a Animal Crossing kind of situation?
Wow! This teapot seems even bigger inside than Madame Ping's. There's even a great big house in the middle, too. Huh. But there's just a whole load of nothing around it. Hey! There's still... Oh, wait a sec.
Is that a floating penguin? Is that a penguin? Oh, it's a bird of some kind.
It seems that we have a visitor.
It's a huge finch!
Excuse me, I am not a finch. I am a teapot spirit, and you may call me... hang on a moment. What am I supposed to be called again?
You don't have a name?
Oh, call me. I suppose you may call me Tubby.
Tubby.
So you're the little help.
Madam Ping? Oh, you must mean Ping. Yes, you may leave all matters regarding the upkeep of this realm to me.
All right.
Your journey may be far from up. Though it is the Adepti who create realms such as this, they generally do not have the time of day to attend to the banal matter of their maintenance. Thus, we teapot spirits, you may consider me. Now, allow me to explain this realm to you.
Sure.
Have you any blueprints on you? As long as you have a blueprint, you...
Blueprints?
I mean, that's
Yes,
pretty cool.
These are the blueprints I'm talking about. Go on. Open them up. Just commit the image of the objects to memory. Then simply release the thought from your mind and the object in the blueprint shall appear within this teapot.
I mean, that's cool.
Wow! Is that all it
Oh,
takes?
Baka, thank you for the
We
stretch.
could build a whole city inside, couldn't we?
I doubt it. A golden-eyed adeptus explained this to me at some point in the past. He said that even though subspace creation is a product of adeptal power, this world is not a true one after all. It provides merely a moment of brief respite from the mortal realm, not a means of escaping it entirely.
A golden-eyed adeptus?
I hardly remember myself. Well, let's not dwell on that. If there's anything...
All right, so this is interesting. Okay, I think I understand. Oh, this is cool. I'm good now that I had some food. What's that? What's that? Planks. Is it like a little... Oh, I understand. That's cool. So let's go over here. We'll make this our little market.
I'm out of here.
Oh, I can't explore this area? Well, that sucks. It seems like it. I think I'm gonna make the little marketplace around here then. We'll put it, like, on the outskirts, like, right there. Yeah, there's fine. I don't think I have much of anything else. Paimon. I can put a Paimon somewhere. My main building. Outdoor furnishings. Outdoor? I think that's it. Same changes. So now I have this little thing here that I put. And then my pylons right here.
Traveler, you're here! Anything interesting you want? Morning! Oh,
So we can just talk to Paimon. And this looks like a little shop. Oh, it's a forge. That's so interesting. Talk to Tubby. So weird. So now I have trees and stuff? So now I have trees. Is these bamboo trees? I think I want to put that tree here. Oh no, that's where I wanted to put it. And then rotate. There we are. Left trigger. Oh, that's a... We go back. We want... planks. Oh, it's a shrub. We could put those here. Do I have anything else? Oh, I can put all my companions here. Oh, that's it. I know, the music's so relaxing. So now I put some shrubs here. Yeah, and Faye's over here now. I put this tree here, which I think is really pretty.
If it isn't my favorite client. By the look... Great, very well. Maybe you've forgotten, but this whole subspace creation thing is nothing new to one does as a matter. But this is you should worry about your.
Do I have any other goals or anything I can do? Enter my mansion? I didn't know I could enter my mansion. Cool. Oh, so I can place furniture in here. Oh, that's neat. Oh, wow, it is like Animal Crossing. So those are the doors that I have. It's a staircase. Nothing here. Can I put somebody inside? I think. Oh, I can't. I can't put any more. Interesting. Process 1 die. So how do I do that? Use. There, now we have some things we can. Now we have some stuff we can put in. So this table. So is that the front door? No, this is the front door. So I feel like we should have a table by the front door. Oh, whoops. What happened? Maybe we'll put it here. I'm missing components. Oh, I have the table. Oh, so then I need to go back. Realm currency. How does one do that? Oh, look at that! Oh my gosh, this place is huge! Oh wow, this is like Animal Crossing on steroids! So how do I refine everything now? I guess that's the question, right? Alright, Mr. Tubby, tell me what to do now.
Maybe you're not used to the place at the moment, but once you've materialized enough room...
Trust drink. So what's that mean? Oh, so it accumulates. Alright. Humble abode. Oh, so we've gone from that to that. Okay. Switch realm style, create furnishing. Maybe that? Oh, that's what all these are for. Now I understand what all these these things are for. I just never got to use them. Can I? Oh, I can make some things. Oh, the queue is full. But that's good to know. Realm Depot. Is it anything like Home Depot? Oh, look at that. I can make a Zen garden. Oh, wow. I can make flowers? Oh, sweet. I can make a waypoint? Wow, that's incredible.
If you ever have it.
So how do we leave? So how do we leave now? Oh, I see. And then we just pick somewhere and then we'll leave. Wow, that's so cool. There's so much we can do with that. Oh, yeah. For sure. I mean, it'd be fun to do a little bit every time, but like, wow. That's like Sims, Animal Crossing. Oh my god, I could spend hours doing that stuff. That was awesome. That was amazing. Just like when I think this game couldn't be any cooler. This is a free game. That's what just blows my mind. Oh, so now she's gonna tell me all of the things I can do now. All the wanted posters I can, all the bounties and such. Yep, there you go, Leeway Quest, too. So much content! Was there a reward? A reward or something? Oh, you best believe that there was. Yeah, in this one, in the mount, thawed all the shards. Like, I'm still in the process of doing these. These I don't like. Mondstadt Adventures Guild. So I guess we're going back to Mondstadt. I think Mondstadt has the same thing. We have the board there. How exciting! And now I have the little teapot anywhere, so I don't have to go to a specific area. I just could enter anytime I want. It's so unique. This game is so unique. It's unlike any other gacha I've ever played. Where am I going? Oh, do I get a fishing pole now? I hope I get a fishing pole. Sweet, now we get a fishing pole.
I'm out of here.
Now we can go fishing. So much to do, so little time. Slimes, lowly life forms, that's what it said. Wow. That was mean to say about slimes. Not all slimes are lowly life forms. Yeah, Paimon's a fish, for sure. Yay, now we can fish! Alright. You have bait. Seems pretty self-explanatory. Oh, that's all. Oh, we have a 4-star. We have bait. Start fishing. So what do we do? So we have right trigger. And then right trigger to reel in. Oh, I have to watch it. Okay.
Victory is almost ours. Whew, that was a tough fight.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's cool. start fishing. Hold the left button. I mean, these are things I can have, right? Use. Are we gonna catch anything here? No, doesn't look like it. I want that green thing. I have to hold it that whole time? I don't like the struggling noises that she's saying.
Yeah, you nearly got him. Wow, Paimon's stomach is rumbling already.
I got a bitter pufferfish. That's cool. Well, let's keep going. This is fun. Oh, well, they didn't seem very interested. What is this? Genshin Bass Pro? They're not very interested in that. Nope, that's not what I want. Can I use a different kind of bait, maybe? Oh, cool. What are you? Can I eventually have an aquarium or something? Oh, this game is so much fun. Alright, Mr. Blobfish, am I gonna take you? Alright. Ba 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 ba. I'ma catch you, my blobfish. You were mine to eat. I don't like the grunting noises, if I'm being 100% honest with you.
Victory is almost ours.
Gosh, this one must be very special.
You made that look easy.
Oh, I can keep it as a pen. And also, hey, Alicia.
Steady now. It's the final stretch.
Oh, I almost got you.
Wow, Paimon's stomach is rumbling already.
on, dude. Just take my bait. Oh, yeah. Just don't close your eyes. The second you close your eyes, big mistake. Riveting gameplay, you know, here on the Validity XP channel. You know, fishing inside of an RPG. What can I say? Let's switch up the bait a little bit. Maybe he'll like this one. What is that fish doing? Hello? You gonna take my bait? That's gonna be a no. I want to continue fishing. Alright, let's see a red one. Start fishing. I just had to get the right bait.
Victory is almost ours. What is it? What is it? Is it another
A
Paimon?
venom spine fish. Cool. What about these guys? I think they just like regular breadcrumbs, right? Why is he running away like that? I know, but eventually, I still got him.
So close, so close. Stay cool. Wow, Paimon's stomach is rumbling
A
already.
Medica. Ooh. I think we've already caught this one, but we might as well clean it out, right? I think I can sell these.
Steady now. It's the final stretch. Whew, that was a tough fight.
That was awesome. So what do I do with all those fish now? All right. I can exchange codfish with various merchants. Or in various regions for various materials. Interesting. Well, that was cool. Finally, there's something to do. Well, now that we don't really have that much to do, let's go back to Mondstadt. Yeah, I think we can trade. Let's see. Maybe this lady will give us something. Okay, so I can't trade with her, but maybe I can trade with him. I think he was over here, and I need to be over here anyway.
Anything the knights can do for you?
I think he was out here. Let's see. Oh yeah, there he is. I have to go to him, and where is he? Oh, maybe he's only here a certain kind of day, or time of day. So let's go where the sun comes up. And then now he should be here. Maybe not. He's the fishing guy. He's not the fishing guy. Fishing guy is not here. Well, that's upsetting. Well, we'll go back to Mondstadt anyway.
That's me.
And then we should check the bulletin board here, because I'm sure we've gotten a lot of stuff off the bulletin board. Yeah, look. Well, one thing. But we never did this. So, are those bounties that I'm supposed to? Weekly? How do I know? See, lost in the snow, like all those I'm trying to do, but they're so hard.
Transfers of supplies must be reported.
Another meaningless day. Wow. What a positive guy. So I wonder what that means if I was to go to the crafting station. Could I craft some things? I mean, I know I can craft, but I'm wondering if I can craft new things now. Ooh, I can. What does that do for me? I wonder what it would take to like level up some of my characters. I'm not quite sure. See, she's missing that, which I'm pretty sure I can't get until we go to can't do anything about that until we go to Electroland. I want to see the other ones. Ascend. So we're missing brilliant diamond fragments. I wonder if we can make that. Okay, so how does one get brilliant diamond fragment? Oh, it's an adventure rank reward. Oh, I see. See, this is the grindy part, and I apologize for this. But it must be done. So to ascend her, we need Noctis Jane, Noctilucas Jane. And then Juvenile Jane. Okay. She needs Jade Fragment and Hoarfrost Core. Oh yeah, that's from doing the thing with other people. So I need mushrooms. And what is this? Cleansing Heart. Interesting. Need the same thing. Oh, Kaya can level up quite a bit. I didn't know that I had done that to him. So for her, I would just need to beat that thing one more time and then I could level her up. Or send her, I mean.
Benny's adventure team, assemble!
Crystal Marl. Yeah. Not gonna be able to get that for a while. Oh, I could have sent Barbara though if we go back to if we go to the winery. Okay, so we can go to the winery for Barbara. I think we only needed like one or two things. Yeah, the Dawn Winery. We only needed one or two mushrooms, which I know you can find there. They grow in the buildings. Here we are. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, here. That's all we needed.
A dance from Barb.
Do I get a wish from her? Oh, I do. Sweet. We gonna send her too? Oh, hell yeah. And then Noelle? Attributes, weapons. Did I give her a good weapon? I did give her a good weapon. Artifacts, constellation. Okay, so I don't have any more like things to level her up, but that's alright for right now. Oh, sweet! That's awesome! Well, now should probably do my dailies. So that one's there. Oh, yeah. Okay. I remember.
It's really easy to hide in weather like this. There's this ninjutsu technique called Cloak of Snow, where you can pretty much make yourself invisible. All other people see when they look at you is this. Mission accomplished. Can I go back and sleep now?
We're just gonna forget all that and then come right down here and beat the shit out of them. Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. I need... Where's the thing? This is not good. I need to set something on fire.
Motion to compel.
I don't understand what's going on, but that's alright. Just chaos.
Can't catch me.
Incinerate! Breath of the flame!
Well, this guy's definitely dead.
Motion to compel!
And then this guy, gotta get him down. Now we're good. Oh, fuck.
Incinerate!
Oh, froze for a second.
I'm out of here. I'm about to pass out. I'm out of here.
Boom boom! Windblade!
Now we have him.
And away I go.
Man, they are definitely a lot. The missions are gonna be harder now. Alright, to the Dawn Winery again.
Love it when the weather's like this. Just makes you wanna doze off for a while.
Okay, I believe we have to go this way, right? No. Of course it's near the water. It's always near the water. Well, this one's pretty straightforward. Fortunately. Fortunately.
Incinerate! Motion to compel.
I just gotta break down his shield. Not too bad.
Incinerate!
Not too shabby. What's that? Oh, it's a lily. Calla lily. Not what I wanted to do. Do I have any other? Oh yeah, they're all up here. That's where they all are. They're all up in that northeast section. Do I have anything to give you? No. I do not have anything to give. These are some big mountains. I guess I can try to get up on there. Look at her go. Look at that speed. I guess there might be a lip here. There might be a lip there. Nope, didn't count. This might, though. Nope. All right. To the top, baby, to the top. Don't give up, Yanfei. I believe in you. Oh, fuck. Why can't it ever be simple? Why can't it ever be just simple, you know?
Is this an answer from this world?
Oh, I think that's a place we can go fishing. We never went back to it. Also, what's this over here? Magical crystal chunk.
Shiver! Judgment!
I will give it to her. At least she's a little bit fast. She's quick.
I'll keep this close.
And then this. This is magical. Whatever this does, I don't even know. And then let's go fishing. Wow, look at these. Look at these things, huh? They look neat. You're gonna be mine, fishy.
So close, so close. Stay cool. Wow, Paimon's stomach is rumbling already.
You're gonna eat that, Paimon? Things looks like it could eat you. Oh, I see. We went the wrong way. Nah, fucking. I can use the XP.
Windblade.
Man, that power is so OP. Poor little slimes. I feel kind of bad for them, if I'm being honest with you. On the way, ba-da-da-bum, on my way. Make sure you guys hang in there, because I'm going to be doing my wishes in a little while. Probably about 15 minutes or so. Fuck you.
Prepare to be blown away. Breath of the flame. Boom!
I'm out of here. Make my escape. Ha.
Sae's weapon's really good. So are her powers. I mean, same thing with my main character, though. It must be an animo thing. Now the last one should be over here. Oh, it's all the way on the other side of the beach. Like on the tip. It's only on the very, very tip. The tippity-toppity. I might have to go up the mountain. Now that I'm looking at it, I might have to go up the mountain. There we go. Top of the mountain. Top of the rock. Slow down a little bit because I know we're probably gonna have to... Oh, wow. There's a whole bunch here that we missed. Oh, we're gonna have to go after this guy, huh? Alright. Probably gonna be a pain in the ass, huh? Luckily, they're pretty much all the same in style, so they're not too hard to...
Motion to compel.
Then I can do that. Then Sayu can get in there. Let's get Yan Fei back. We got this.
Incinerate! Time for your arraignment!
We can pull that. Sayu go. Let's go, Animo. Pull back in, Fei. Ooh, Exile's Feather. Wonder what we get in this one.
Remarkable condition.
Well, we can upgrade some people. Why is it all the way over here? Oh, it's a person. I didn't know it was a person we were going to be talking to. Clear out the monsters from the watchtower.
Huh. Let's appraise the value on this. Windblade!
Can't catch me.
Oh, what a fucking idiot. Please don't fall off. Alright, whatever, he fell off.
Motion.
Can we stop? Alright, you're dead. How How dare you hit a lady? Really? Are you fucking kidding me?
Windblade.
Thank you. I'm glad I didn't have to beat the other guy even though he fell off. So now I have to go back to the watchtower? Oh, I'm waiting on this lady. So now I have to climb that. Alright. We'll do it. Here we go. We're clippity climbing. Is this what you want, lady? You want me to climb this thing for you? Bella! No. Thank you.
A reward on the road.
I'm the king of the tower. Look at that view. How pretty. Very pretty. Well, I think that's gonna do it for me, so let's get all of our stuff together. We'll buy some wishes, and then we'll do some wishes. Now I have a fishing thing I can do. Oh, sweet. Oh, awesome. So I know we want to... Okay, so we need to go to the shop. We don't have enough for that. We can do this. We can do 2 of those. And then we have enough for 4 of these. Look at that. So now let's go to Wish. And let's do our 4 wishes first. We'll do these 4. So we have 8 wishes, 8 chances. Oh! Oh, we got Ningguang! Sweet, I need another Geo character. Oh my gosh, awesome! Alright, here we go. Let's try for Arataki. I don't think we're gonna get him. Not this time. Arataki, I mean. Two more. Una más. we got someone. Or something. Oh, we got another Barbara. Okay, well, that's not nothing. Let's go fix up Barbara first. Well, let's see who. Yeah, Kaya can level up. And then Barbara has her extra constellation power now. And now we have Ningguang. Oh, that's sweet. Ooh, this girl got booty. Look at her. That girl got a badonkadonk. Alright, so let's give her a better weapon. Let me see. So we have Electro Hydro. No, so that's not a good one for her. And we have this one, Hydro Electro. So it looks like she's gonna get this one. Enhance. Auto-N. And then we can refine it by a lot. So we'll get this refined. So she's a spellcaster. Actually, I didn't need another spellcaster. So it's max refined now. So now let's get her an artifact or two. So like, what is she good for? Okay, I think I know. So we'll get her the traveling doctor. No. Elemental mastery. Yes. Instructor. Instructor stuff. Ooh, I don't have another instructor's timepiece. That sucks. That's okay. What's that? Scholar's clock. What's that? Exile's pocket watch. Alright, we'll just leave that as a placeholder. And then she needs a hat. The Chi-Sing herself.
Don't waste my time.
Alright, so let's see what she can do. Why not, right? Party setup. We'll switch her out. Let's just switch her out for Rosaria, just for now.
Understood.
Alright, Ningguang. What can we do? Alright.
Give up.
Oh, so that's a shield. Oh, that's just a straight shield. Ooh. Ooh. That could be useful. Definitely long range. Alright. But her shield...
Don't waste my time.
But she's got a shield, though. Interesting. And then what's her ult do? I don't know. Let's find out. Well, maybe we're not gonna find out today. That's alright. Hello? Oh, story quest. So we can't do any of these, right? Yeah, because I'm not 32 yet. Oh, but I can do Sayu. I have her. Oh, no, I can't. I guess they're only for these. Still got a little ways to go. Who did I not level up? I don't know. We're very close. 32? Oh, wow. Alright, well, that's gonna do it for me. If you guys have enjoyed watching, make sure you hit that follow button. I'm on here every single night. I won't be on tomorrow afternoon, because I'm actually going to go get my COVID booster shot. So, that's really important. And, I may or may not be on tomorrow just because, depending if I feel crappy or not, which I'm sure you guys understand. But, yeah, hopefully I'm on tomorrow night. I don't think I'll be that bad. I mean, last time I got my shot, I think I got a little bit tired, and other than that, I was fine. So, yeah. Take care, stay safe, everybody. Have a great night. Bye!